masturbation.
That
can be.
Well, I mean, hopefully you've established some sort of, everyone needs a cool older brother named like Chet or Rod that you could, spill your guts to.
Right.
Also, there's your buddies. You need your buddies. I mean, that's what you have when you're 15. You don't have your
and that's
priest
his buddy
or your counselor.
His buddy called Love Line.
And you talk to them. And
you got Adam Carolla.
Tell them to knock it off. I mean, that's what you have when you're young. Didn't you have? Well, you didn't have friends.
His friend called for you.
Yeah,
your advice.
That's all. You talk to your friends.
Talking to your friends, especially if you've got a serious problem, if you're depressed, if you're suicidal. I mean, sometimes who to talk to and who to share it with is a real...
Well, I think school counselors, I don't know. I mean, when we were growing up, our school counselors were just sort of like game wardens. Just had to avoid them, right?
Right.
We were poachers. They were wardens. They were the enemy. Like if they're off, if their door was open in their office, they'd pick up a potted plant and run across with it to provide some cover.
I had a great school counselor. I'm just in general. This might not be the best call to use as an example. There are a lot of kids that don't know who to go to, don't know who to talk to about some real serious issues. This is a great place.
Did you talk to your counselor? Do you remember your counselor?
I didn't talk to him about a masturbation problem. Oh yeah, Dave Cadavero. He's a great guy.
And what did he do? Now he sent you. You went to college,
medical school.
I went to college. But I'm just in terms of this guy was young. He was a cool guy, and you could talk to him about anything. I had a girlfriend my parents didn't like, and this guy he and his wife were great. So I'm just saying, do you talk to the minister at your church? If you go to church, of course.
I had two encounters with Mr. Tomey. One was I was taking a class that he clearly thought was too hard for me, and he gave me a very sobering speech about it's kind of that conversation you give to an ugly guy when he says, I'm going to go talk to that model at the end of the bar. It's like, hey, man, have you taken a look in the mirror? You make $32,000 a year. You pulled up in a Yaris. I don't think you're going to nail the hot Swedish chick. So he gave me the, hey, remember you're stupid, so I don't think you should be taking Mr. So-and-so's class. That was the one conversation I had with Mr. Tomey. And then the other conversation I had was when I got suspended, and he pulled my emergency card. And the emergency card is the card you'd have to fill out and get your parents to sign. And you'd have to fill it out before you registered for your classes. And since I never could do anything or take care of anything or be on top of anything, they give it to you on Friday, and they go, take it home, have your parents fill all this emergency stuff out, like their place where they work, their phone number at work, so-and-so. If something happens at football practice, they can call your dad at work. So fill all that out, and then Monday's registration. Well, of course, I'd never take the thing home, and then I would be standing in line for registration on Monday. I'd be filling it out myself.
Right.
And then I was standing with my buddies, and I was screwing around. So I was like, where's your mom's, what's her work address? Hollywood and Vine. I was like, she's a prostitute, she's a streetwalker. I was like, and, call Big Earl, and I was just screwing around. I was like, where home address? Ronald McDonald Halfway House. And then my dad's job, I remember wrote, he was a secret agent or something. And then everything under, like, phone number, classified, work address, classified, boss name, classified. I just wrote classified under every single thing. So, and then I just faked my dad's signature and, threw it at my counselor. So then when I got suspended a year later, of course, Mr. Tomey did the, we're going to have to call your dad at work. Let me see here. He's going through his file. I saw him. I was just sitting on the other side of the desk from him, and I forgot that what I'd done with the JO, emergency card. And then I saw him, like, he pulled the thing out, and he gave the, and then he looked at me and he goes, did you fill this card out? And I gave Christ. I know it's my stupid chicken scratching that's all over this thing, and complete, replete with all my misspellings and everything else. And I couldn't see it, but I knew what